Alright guys, thank you for coming back to watch another video. So this is going to be a real quick video. So today we're going to change out a Samsung Icemaker, including the auger motor that's in the back. All you're really going to need is your Phillips screw and your flathead and maybe some tweezers. So right there, just take off that one Phillips screw and disconnect the connector. Also take that other Phillips screw out for the Icemaker so you can start getting ready to take it out. Disconnect the connector for the Icemaker. Then you're going to want to put your flat blade and pull that little flapper down. And then that little Freon line, bring it down at an angle. Start pressing that tab at the very top of the Icemaker and start pulling forward. Just be very careful sometimes because these things still retain water. So just be sure you throw that water out. Don't cause a huge mess. Now, when taking off that auger motor, there's going to be a tab right there. So what I do, I obviously disconnect the connector, put my flat blade where I'm twisting the tab upwards, and I pull on the auger motor itself, and it just comes sliding right out. Now, when inserting this new auger motor, I don't like putting these on because for some reason, the fill tube is slightly longer than what it needs to be. I'm not sure where we get these parts, but I am not the one that is in charge of that. So what I meant by tweezers, just, you're gonna have to cut off a little bit of that tip just so it can actually fit into position, because if you don't, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna feel like it's not actually in all the way. And usually when you put these in, you're gonna hear it click because that tab is inserting itself where it belongs. So what you want to do is just kind of cut off a piece of it, maybe about, I want to say about 3 to 5 centimeters or so. And I know centimeters are small. Yeah, you don't have to cut a lot, just a little bit where it's gonna be able to fit. So what I do is I just align it and push it back and then just kind of give it a big push where I hear that click. Usually with a screwdriver or a flat blade, wherever your hand is, up to you, however you're comfortable. So after you do that, you want to go ahead and just be sure that that tab is actually sitting there, because if it's not, everything's going to be pushing forward, and when you even want to put that ice bucket in, it's not going to work. It's going to push out. So just be sure you connect that connector where it needs to be. And I'm going to show you something real quick on this Icemaker. I'm not sure where these parts are coming from, but these are Samsung parts, but it's like a lower level of the original part. They fit and they do correspond, but I don't like these versions of them. So what you want to do is just slide it back in, put that Freon line in, and then put the Phillips screw back in it. But you see that connector right there? You're going to see a mark where it looks like it's broken off. That's the correct way where you're actually supposed to connect it to. And just be sure to kind of push it into position, because you're not going to hear it click into place because it doesn't have that little tab on it. So just be sure you kind of push it in where it's actually connected properly, because what's going to happen is that it's going to seem like it's connected, but it's not actually going to cycle through. So after you do that, you want to put that small Phillips screw into that little hole so it can hold that little flapper in position, and then you're basically smooth sailing right after that. It's just working backwards. And remember guys, just always take pictures of what you need to, just so you have a reference point, and just work backwards as quickly and as safe as you can. But after that, you're just basically out of there already. Put everything away and don't cause a mess, and then cycle it through if you want to. But like I said, just be careful when you're doing these sort of jobs, because sometimes if you don't take a picture, or if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna get lost, and then you're just gonna kind of quit and just leave something disassembled, and it's just gonna be a whole big mess. So with these parts, this was a real easy job. Just be sure when you do these jobs that there is no ice back there, because then that's going to be a big problem trying to change it out, and I don't advise you to do it that way. But Anyways, I really appreciate you guys for watching this video again. Stay tuned in for the next one. Just gotta say thank you all the time. Peace.